Tell me more about the promises he's kept. What are like your top 3 favorite ones?
Number 1 is close the borders.
If you could say anything to President Trump now, what would you say?
I expected better from you. I really did.
But the consequences of putting Donald Trump back in the White House are extremely serious. Consider what he intends to do if we give him power again.
Many voted for change, for strength, for a vision that would lift us up, not to be pushed into corners you never signed up for. Now, this isn't what we voted for. The promises echo in your mind or in their mind, whereby they were thinking of safer borders, a thriving economy, respect, fairness. Yet now, many who cast their vote are whispering or shouting in disbelief. What really happened? Where did it all go wrong? Let's dig deep together into the heart of the regrets, the betrayal, and the unexpected lessons unfolding for Trump supporters or Trump voters today.
The tariffs are working. Tariffs are working.
If you're 50 years old and have a 401k, you've lost about $74,000 in the past 3 months. Does that feel like it's working?
No, I've lost more than that.
No one today trusts America. You talk to the leaders in Europe, not one of them trusts America.
Oh, figure, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, would you look at that? Just look at it. Just look.
$6.15 fucking cents for a half a pound of Greek hot sweet peppers. What the hell? Is this what you voted for? The highest fucking food cost I've ever seen in my entire life? $9 for some damn pizza sauce. $10 fucking for a small pack of Starbucks coffee.
If you're wondering when our fellow Americans are going to recognize the damage that Donald Trump is doing to this country, I want to point out that more and more Americans are. This is easy to miss because it doesn't get covered much, but public opinion has been moving quickly and dramatically away from the president. Among young people, he's lost 34 points of support. And I think it's because he's failing to keep his most basic promises. He hasn't brought prices down. They're going up because of his actions. The economy as a whole is getting worse. And most Americans see that and recognize it. And it's showing up in the way that they think and talk about the president. So don't fall for this attempt to make you feel disempowered. Raising our voices makes a difference. It's clearly having an effect, and we've got to keep it up.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most. Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people.
Mr. President, undocumented immigrants.
We actually do have time for that.
They're not eligible for the health care subsidies that Democrats are demanding. So can you clarify, what are you talking about when you say Democrats want to protect their health care?
So when an illegal person comes in, a person who came into our country illegally, therefore breaking the law, and look, we all have big hearts. I have a bigger heart than you do. They're all breaking the law, and they're coming into our country. And we just, as a country, cannot afford to take care of millions of people who have broken the law coming in. We want them to come into our country, but we want them to come in legally. Now we have a strong border, very strong border, thanks to Christie and Tom Homan and the whole group. They've done an amazing job at the border. I mean, we had a border that was reckless. We had a border that was a disaster. They were coming in by the millions. I say 25 million people. You're saying less, but I say 25 million people came in illegally. And no system can take care of the health care of all of those people that came in.
You've seen the broken promises, inflation that eats your paycheck, grocery lines where there should be abundance, federal cuts leaving the vulnerable exposed, a government shutdown being used as political leverage. News outlets now report that voters are beginning to shift blame. Polls suggest that the burden for the ongoing shutdown is landing squarely on Republicans. You hear friends say he sounded like a deal maker, but you're drowning in grindlock. So why this betrayal? Because leadership isn't just about good ideas, it's about delivery. And when the machinery stalls, people suffer. Many Trump voters tell pollsters they feel their priorities, safety, prosperity, dignity, have been sidelined. And in fact, across America, a rising number of Trump voters now express regret or disillusionment at unmet expectations. And the administration now openly embraces Project 2025, a far-reaching blueprint to reshape government power and civil liberties. Reporters reveal that Trump is using the shutdown to fast-track cuts to agencies, centralize authority, and implement elements of that agenda. And in essence, policies are shifting away from day-to-day deliverables toward sweeping structural changes many voters didn't anticipate and many would have opposed had they known. Now, in the process, real people are paying. In Pennsylvania, for example, we see stories of citizens needing medication that Medicaid can't cover or mental health support cuts. And even in counties that overwhelmingly supported Trump, for them, the vote feels like a contract that's been broken. And they ask, we agreed to change the system, but did we agree to be the casualties of the experiment? And this isn't just isolated. Nationwide, a majority of Americans admit they're worried about the current Trump administration's direction, even among those who supported him. And worry thrives when expectation collapses. But here's the heart of it. Disillusionment among Trump voters doesn't always equate to flipping allegiance. Many are conflicted. We are disappointed, but we are not quitting the vision. That tension is fertile ground for change. It's where honest dialogue can emerge, where accountability must be named, where course correction is demanded. So what must happen now? First, accountability, not just symbolic gestures, but open review of broken promises, transparency, realignment of policies with the people's needs. Second, pressure from within the base, letters, calls, votes, and refusal to accept silence. And thirdly, vigilance, because the dangers of centralizing power, weakening checks and balances, and undermining institutions are greater than partisan loyalty. And to those who feel betrayed, your voice still matters. Saying this isn't what we voted for is not a repudiation of ideals. It's a plea for integrity. It's a demand that leadership earns the trust it claims. And to those who lead, the call is clear. Deliver what you promised, not what suits ambition. And the moment for course correction is now, because when a voter feels betrayed, democracy itself is tested. Let this be more than critique. Let it be a turning point. Call it home, call it truth, call it what must be said, because we cannot afford to wake up again to maize when we believed we were reclaiming the map.